Hello there viewers and welcome back to an episode of Graham for Glory, if I can spit it out quick enough. You can see there, 4,000 coins for the championship, currently on 13 from the 5 games we've played. It was certainly on, I reckon, this season. So of course only one more win required for us to get it. A couple of changes came in early on then. We brought in Michael Keane and Delafeu as we searched for this one. Danny Graham and Daniel Sturridge up top, of course, at the end of last episode, performed admirably and allowed us to go out and buy the one and only Dele Alli. And this was the first time we'd faced an all German, well, not an all German, but an all Bundesliga side, I think. Maybe, now I'm thinking about it, this might be the second time. But Rafael up front, the informed player, the Brazilian striker, very good, alongside Timo Werner. Taliso in the centre there as well. Bruma on the left. He's got, is it? Oh no, I don't want to get it wrong. It's Bellarabi. There we are, got it out. Could have gone awfully wrong. Anyway, the game's underway. Delafeu, of course, not been playing for the club too long and wins himself a penalty. Well, who was going to take it? If he's on the pitch, he takes the penalties. It's Danny Graham stepping up. And Cazorla has to hand it over every single time. How many goals would Cazorla have at this point? Danny Graham on it though, from the spot. 20 minutes gone. He'd scored the last one. Could he do it again? Bloody hell, Danny. No, he couldn't. I mean, Martin Tyler... Nah, that was Alan Smith there. The thoughts of Alan Smith as that goes flying wide. Daniel Sturridge, though, burst through, and a lovely goal from him. Great finish from Daniel Sturridge. You've got to give him the credit. I mean, I said this last episode, I think, that pace-wise, he's been downgraded horrifically for previous FIFAs. But in terms of ability, Daniel Sturridge still has something slightly special, in my opinion. And he proves it here. Burst past one, burst past another. You wouldn't think he had 76 pace with the, sort of the way he moves around the pitch. But he does do, and gets himself the goal there. Very happy for him after he had a goal taken away from him last episode, did he not? Right then, Bellarabi, there we are, knew his name all along, as he plays it across to Sabitzer, I think it is, back into Bellarabi, plays it into Rafael, who the informed player proves he is in form indeed, on the half-time mark, levels things up at 1-1, in off the post, and as I say, we've lost one game so far this series. It was a disconnection earlier on in the series, and this was the first time I felt genuinely threatened, because although he hadn't done much in the game, when he had a chance, he took it. And while we were quite dominant, you've always got to be wary. But it was another chance for us. Delafeu burst his way through, and there's the new man. I say the new man. He's the newly signed man. Dele Alli, now a permanent fixture for us. Has got the captain's armband, which he's had before, and puts us back in the lead. 55 minutes on the clock. Delafeu makes it. The pace of Delafeu really is to be admired, and a classy finish, I think we'll all agree, from Dele Alli. I think he does a little bit of something fancy with it there, but it's not obvious. Change comes in for him then. He takes off Sabitzer, which will probably prove to be a good decision, as Rafael, again, gets the goal. 72 minutes on the clock. And it's 2-2, and I'm a little bit worried. I'm thinking, here we go. Look, I said it before. He wasn't an amazing player, but when he got chances, he seemed to be taking them as the entire team ran after him. It's a bit much for an equalising goal, in my opinion, with at least 15 minutes to go. Adrian looks devastated. It was a good strike from him, and he was well beaten, I think it's fair to say. So we're level, 2-2. Is anyone going to steal it? That's the big question. 15 minutes to go. Danny Graham and the army of Graham fans. Could it be enough to get them past this German outfit? As Daniel Sturridge goes through, it's the 89th minute, and it's a goal. It's a lovely goal. And do you know what? It's always nicer. That feeling of scoring late on games is just nicer than a regular goal. You can see we're celebrating, not as wildly as they did for the equaliser, but a lesson to be learned for some of those Bundesliga lads, in my opinion. You see Graham plays it through, and Studge pokes it past the keeper into the far corner. Was there going to be time, though, for them to get a goal back? That's the question. No is the answer. It finished 3-2, and a good performance. Daniel Sturridge with the man of the match performance in that one. Someone made 6 saves, so he did well for them. But no, 3 goals. 2 for the opposition, and a title had been won. You saw at the start of the episode, only 1 win was required, and we got it. You can see from the stats just briefly there as well. We were way better, so it's probably fair enough. Also, quick note there, 1,600 coins were brought in. 1,600! And it was time to reimburse our sort of coins per game, a bonus that we've been getting, because I thought it was necessary. Now, over to the Serie A team. We've not seen too much from them, but so far we had a central midfielder, a centre-back, a left-back, and now it was time for a left midfielder. And Douglas Costa, the Brazilian, I couldn't believe how cheap he was. 1,000 coins. I thought I was going to be spending sort of 4,000 or 5,000 here. Nope, didn't need to. And of course, because of title win, I could bring in a player. Forgot I'd brought in a left back, so I thought striker time. Let's complete that left side. And it was time to go for a player that I think is harshly treated by the FIFA community, Emaro Icardi. I've not used him this year, so maybe it's fair enough. But we went for him. And we've got him in for a decent price too. I've got him down as a marksman. If you can get one of those one of the cards on him, I think it's always better. Because we're a new club, we don't have loads of cards to sort of put onto players, which is a shame. A few more contracts you can see there. But no, with marksman, I think he might even be that bit more deadly. And it was time then to give these Serie A boys a proper run out. It was Icardi and Charlie Austin up front for this one. So I say a Serie A left side, Premier League / bit of Englishness on that right hand side with Danny Graham. Also, not Danny Graham, Charlie Austin. Of course, I brought him in. Literally just mentioned it, Ben. So into the game we went then for this one, and played against Daniels. I think it's Daniels FC, was it? Yeah, Daniels FC. Luis Suarez isn't bad, so I was a little bit nervous. Deulofeu, of course, who we've got in the side. Mo Salah, who we see a lot of, but very little in terms of goals or assists, so I wasn't overly worried about him. Juan Mata was in there, though. Wijnaldum, Santi Cazorla, Rose, is it Davison Sanchez, I think, was there, and Bemba. And I've got to be honest, folks, I've missed the last two, so I cannot remember. But this was the first chance of the game then. Charlie Austin plays it up towards Mauro Icardi, a partnership I never thought we'd see, who plays it forward towards Douglas Costa, and that, my friends, is not a bad way to introduce yourself, not only to the series, but the team. You can see Icardi and Costa celebrate wildly. Icardi lifts him up. At what point does he regret it? It was that point there. He's like, well, you're heavier than you look, Douglas. So down you go, and Charlie Austin celebrating with them as well. I'm back on the way for Daniels FC. Could he get back into it? Well, if he could, it wasn't going to be quite yet. He tries to play an offside trap, which goes really badly wrong. Composure from Icardi, slots the ball into the back of the net, and not long after the first goal, 22 minutes on the clock, you can see there, gets us the second goal of the game, and Icardi's first for the club. And I don't think it's going to get many easier. I don't think playing the offside trap at this level of FIFA, I'm talking Division 7 level, is the smartest plan, and it clearly didn't work there. He was doing it quite a few times in the game, and it rarely did it pay off. I don't think I was offside once in the entire game, so foolish. Anyway, Mo Salah, I slagged him off before. I said he doesn't do much in games. Lukaku bundles him over, and it's a penalty kick. Now, the penalty record for this series has been indifferent. I stayed down the middle. Luis Suarez went just to the keeper's left, and into the back of the net it went. And that was a bit of a reminder that as much as we were on top in the game and his offside stuff wasn't happening, he still had decent players. Luis Suarez being the top dog within that. Icardi again, though, linking up with Charlie Austin. Poor defending. Austin onto his right foot, and calmly puts it into the back of the net. What you do have, again, we've kept with relatively, I don't call them slow, but slower strikers up front in this series. And I see a lot of people that play FIFA obviously use those quicker strikers. We come up against quicker strikers a lot. But I'd like to prove that you can still use the slower strikers if you use them correctly. And Icardi is part of that, and Charlie Austin is certainly a part of that, as well, of course, Danny Graham. Douglas Costa goes on an amazing run, and he pulls it back for Charlie Austin. 4-1, 69 minutes on the clock, and the pause comes in. And when the pause comes in, you're always wondering, and we wondered no more. Off he went, and a rage quit was forced. I don't give myself anything extra for a rage quit, because I don't think we need to. I think everything's fine. Anyway, great start to the division. 3 points on the board, and another win meant another player. And to keep with this theme that we've got going on, went after a goalkeeper. Now, we had options here. We could have gone with Donnarumma, we could have gone for Consigli, Szczesny was there as well, but because of the Spanish thing we had going on, I thought it would have made sense to go for a former Premier League, current Serie A, and current Spaniard. I think he's always been a Spaniard. Pepe Reina, of course, former Liverpool goalkeeper. Not used him on FIFA for about 5 years, so I figured we'd give it a go. And you can see there, by the way, 11 goals in 13 for Charlie Austin. Not too bad, if I do say so myself. And actually, looking through some of the other strikers, 12 in 14 for Danny Graham, 5 assists on the board for him as well, playing superbly well. And there's Daniel Sturridge, 7 goals in 6, 4 assists, 4-star skill moves, which I think we've really not used enough so far in this series. You can see a few of the other players there if you wanted to pause and see how they'd got on. But into another game we went then. A perfect start to the division with a win, and still, in my mind at least, unbeaten. Could we keep that run going? That is the question, as we go against this chap with the Zenit St. Petersburg badge. And let's take a look at his team then. So we had Antonio up front, and then flanking him on the other side, Quaresma and Son. You'll notice there, Dani Alves. I think that's the player of the group stages card he's got in there. He's got Renato Sanchez in the centre with Firmino, and not too bad a team at all. Ederson there linking up both Marquinhos and Chris Smalling. Moreno at left back, and a Brazilian chap who plays for a Turkish side whose name has escaped me completely, playing on the right hand side. But straight into the game we went then, as the ball's played through into Dani Alves, and we're just 28 minutes on the clock. That's actually not that early, Ben. 28 minutes on the clock. Dani Alves converts and makes it 1-0, and we were behind, and we're not too often, I've been thinking about this, we're not too often behind in this series. Rarely are we having to fight back, but the question is, could we then? Lingard plays the ball in, Dele Alli's there. We've not seen him for a little while, not been on the score sheet for a little while, but popping up in these big moments. The stroke at half-time, great ball in from Lingard, and Ali makes sure with a smart finish in the centre of the box. Great late run in from the box into the box as well. I think that's what we're sort of going for. I'm going for sort of a creative player next to an athlete as much as we possibly can. I just think that makes the most sense, and you give the creative player that licence to go forward and get forward, whereas your creative player can sit slightly further back, good at retaining possession. We've had a few of those throughout. I think Danny Drinkwater's probably one of those, Cazorla's one of those, Fabregas, of course, is one of those. If we go for players in the future, we might have to try and look for that again, as Douglas Costa finds himself in some space. Lovely ball through to him, and he makes it 2-1, putting us in the lead. And so far, so good. Douglas Costa, I've got to say, has been a fine addition to the team since his arrival. Very pacey, very tricky. And you can see, smart finish past the goalkeeper. Lovely. Do you know what? The finesse shot, when you're sort of one-on-one, one of my favourite preferred shooting mechanisms in the game. Anyway, there was still a chance for him in the game, though. 2-1. Could they get back into it? It was Quaresma going through. He's surely not going to miss, is he? No, he's not. 2-2 it was. And Quaresma with one of the... I don't know, a lack of concentration from me defensively, I dare say. Smarter finish from him. I mean, if you're in that position, you've got to score. So it was 2-2. Would we have a winner? Well, it was time for a man that we've not seen too much of so far to step up. Mauro Icardi from 25 yards out. I enjoyed it. 85 minutes on the clock. Will it be enough for the win, is the question. But look at that. He looks happy with himself. Nobody celebrated with him, which I thought was slightly unfair. But you can see from this other angle, Icardi, great strike. That's what you pay for. It's not that expensive, but 84 rated has certainly got that in his locker, and a fine finish as well. Was there time for them to get an equaliser? No, there wasn't. Trippier played it to Dele Alli very late in the game, and the referee decided enough was enough, and it gave us the win then. 3-2, one of the closer games we've had so far in the series, but a good win all the same. I think it's one of the highlights. It was just saved. Brilliant. But you'll see there then, Douglas Costa, man of the match in that one. Again, 1,400 coins placed firmly into the bank, and a pretty dominant display as well, to be fair. Really good pass accuracy from me. I'm keeping above 80% quite often, which I think is good. And you'll find out who we bought from this game next episode. With love, with care. Goodbye. It's the first time I've said that, I think.